Hello there, it's Gina Range here from the Range Clinic in Kenilworth. So in this video, we're going to be talking about rotation in running. Now this is something we've done a few articles on. If you head to our website and look at our blog page, you will see some articles on rotation in running. And rotation is really important for efficiency of running. And it's all about the way the upper body works with the lower body when you run. And that's all about rotation. So when we walk, we should rotate. We should twist our arms and get a level of rotation through the torso. And it's no different when we run. When we run, we should get rotation through the body. And the reason for that is because we need to keep the health of the pelvis good when we run. Let me explain. So when we rotate, what we do is we get movement through something called your sacroiliac joint. So this is your sacrum here, and this is your iliac. And this joint is your sacroiliac joint. And it's really how your leg attaches fundamentally to your spine. Obviously it doesn't physically attach, but muscles run up through this system, and those muscles need to work. And the way it works is it runs up through one side of your body, goes across your sacroiliac joint, and then comes up through the other side of your body. So this joint has to be able to move. You actually get a slight rotational force occurring at this joint, and that makes efficiency of running much better. Now, if this joint doesn't move, we tend to get a slight side-to-side lurch when we run, rather than a rotation. And that's just not efficient at all. We don't want to be coming down one side and the other. We want to be rotating around this joint here. And what that does is it opens up, there's a whole set of levers and forces. There's something here called your thoracolumbar fascia, thoraco-thoracic area, lumbar area, and there's a fascial line of connective tissue that runs between the two. And its whole job is to translate forces from the glute up to the other side of the lower back. And it does that by opening up and allowing this to move. So we spoke about the glute last week, and it's one of the reasons why the glute is so important in running, is if that glute is locked up, it can also lock up the SI joint, and that will stop you rotating. And without rotation, you're not efficient. You're nowhere near as efficient as you can be. You can also get pains through the SI joint. You can get sciatic pains, you can get nervy pains, you can get muscle pains, get all sorts of problems because this joint isn't able to rotate and move properly. And when we do our running analysis, we see huge numbers of people who just do not rotate at the torso when they run. So this is this week's tip. Let me put my skeleton back just for a moment. His name is Freddie. He falls apart a lot, by the way, but he's still together at the moment. So this is the plan for this week's little task. And again, you may feel a little bit silly doing this one, so do it in the back garden or something initially, or down a nice safe road where no one can see you. But what we want to do is we want to take our elbows and we want to lock them in to our rib line. So they're literally not moving. And the reason for this is a lot of people run like this. So they use their arms a lot to run. So when they say, well, I do rotate, what they're doing is they're rotating with their arms, but their torso is absolutely static. What we want to do is lock the elbows in and then rotate. So you do look a bit silly, but what you can do is you can see your hands. And if you're running and they're doing this, that's not rotation, that's lateral flexion. We don't want to see that. If they're doing this, by its nature, you have to be rotating at the torso. So go outside and give it a go and see what it does. You will feel silly, but it will answer the question of, do you rotate your torso when you run? And if you don't, have a few training runs where you lock your elbows in and you rotate. Because it's very hard not to just think, well, I'm rotating because I'm moving my arms, rather than I'm rotating because I'm rotating at the chest effectively. Now, if you're finding it hard, just exaggerate it up initially and your brain will wake up and it will pick up the movement pattern and it will just do it. And then you can relax it back down to a more normal running style. But initially, lock the elbows in so you know that if your arms are moving, your torso is also moving. So I really hope you found these videos useful. Our running gait analysis is bespoke to you. We take a video of you running, we slow your movements down, we use our sports science and our biomechanical skills to really nail down what you are not doing correctly We look at how your muscles fire, we look at your movement patterns, and then we use our hands-on skills, our physio and our sports therapy skills to rehab whichever area of the body we need to. So if you have any problems in your running, please do come and give us a call, and we'd love to have a look at you. Take care and speak to you soon. Bye bye.